In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. A question is, do you want to become competent person in the field you are desiring to work, in the field you are currently working? I think that everybody will say yes. Yes, I do want to become competent. Yes, I do want to become an expert. I do want to gain the expertise. I want to be called an expert. I want to be called a trainer in that respective field. I want to be respected. I want to be known as an expert of this field. Almost similar answers will come from every side. Now the question is that how many of the experts, how many of the people have gained the expertise, the competency in that particular field? The answer will be very, very few. Why is it then? Everybody, almost everybody, except the few exceptions, almost everybody want to be an expert, almost everybody want to be a competent person in that particular field, but still they are very few. What is the reason? What is the reason? The reason is that either they are just wishing and practically they are doing nothing, or they are working but not in a proper way. If those who want to be competent and expert have not yet achieved the expertise and the competency, and there is not much probability that they are going to get one, should it mean that the task at hand is an Herculean one? It is an Herculean task. It is a gargantuan task. It is something which is impossibly difficult. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Overwhelming number of the things are not so complicated. Overwhelming number of the things are not so complicated. There are very few, and the fewer things which are complicated enough, even the human being have gained expertise in those fields as well. Where we want to become competent, where we want to gain the expertise, where we want to perform better, it is not that much complicated at all. What is the reason then? What is the possible reason then? Should it mean that those who are seeking the competency and the expertise, the skill, these people are not serious enough, or the way they have adopted is not the right one? Somehow we are going to talk and we are going to discuss upon it. A student who stood first in the board exams of intermediate biology group later on became very competent doctor in America. I asked him once. I asked him that I have seen you playing cricket quite often, quite frequently. Yet you are a topper. in the combination of subjects you studied? What is the reason behind it? Can you disclose the reason? Can you tell me the way to do that? He replied, I never deferred my work. I did the work on daily basis. I never skipped my studies. I never left it on the other day. I did it then and there. This is what his reply was. I didn't ask anything else further, but I suppose that all the people who achieved who have achieved tremendous amount of success in any of the field, not only that they did their work on a daily basis, they never skipped, they never deferred, they never left it for tomorrow. They did it on the daily basis. This is the first quality, first reason, and first habit. The second is that they did the most important thing first and the least important thing at the end. They prioritized their work, their commitments, their responsibilities. They prioritized it. They made the ranking. They did the ranking and they acted upon it. First thing first. The most important thing, obviously, first. The second most important thing, very next to that. The third most important thing, very next to that. And a field where you want to become an expert, where you want to gain the competency, obviously you do have to keep it at the top. And you have to do it as soon as possible. You will never defer it, you will never delay it. This is the second principle. The doing it on daily basis, never leaving it till tomorrow. The first principle. The second principle is that do it first of all. Do it first of all. Number two. Number three. Do it with the great interest, with the great commitment, with the deep interest. Do not do it in just a robotic manner, in just a mechanical manner. Rather, do it with the keen interest. Doing it with the keen interest is the third principle. Fourth principle is that establish your contacts with the people who are already expert in the field. Establish the contacts with the people who are already expert in the field you want to be an expert in, and respect them, pay them one way or the other, learn from them. You can't be an expert without availing the expertise of the people who are already an expert. You do have to learn from those people. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, it is far better to respect the people who are already expert, pay them in one way or the other, please them, and learn from those people. If you do that, a time will arrive that you will get this respect and payback maybe 100 times more than what you did. Last but not the least, always maintain a good contact with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always keep praying for your success. Always keep praying, always keep praying. So these are the 5 principles to gain competency in any other field. I believe that anybody and everybody, I believe that anybody and everybody can gain the expertise if he she follow these 5 principles. Thank you very much. Jazakallah.